Is North Korea disappearing? It might sound surprising, but the signs are clear. In a rare moment, Kim Jong-un, known for his firm leadership, addressed his people with a plea to secure the country's future. What could drive such an unexpected message? The answer lies in a critical population decline, a challenge that threatens North Korea's economy, stability, and future. Behind its carefully controlled image, the nation faces a pressing demographic issue. How did it reach this point? Today, we'll explore the story behind North Korea's shrinking population and its potential impact on the region. Stay tuned as we delve into this important issue. North Korea's low total fertility rate of approximately 1.79 contributes to concerns about potential population decline. For a stable population, the TFR should be around 2.1. Experts predict that by 2034, North Korea's population, currently around 26 million, may begin to shrink, which could exacerbate existing economic and social challenges. A lower fertility rate reduces the working-age population from ages 15 to 64, which could hinder economic growth. An aging population will also place increased pressure on healthcare and social services. In contrast to its neighbors, such as Japan, South Korea, and China, North Korea faces unique challenges in addressing these demographic shifts due to its economic and infrastructure limitations. This trend is not unique to North Korea. Other East Asian countries, including China and South Korea, are experiencing similar issues. China's population declined in 2022 and 2023, and South Korea's fertility rate is among the world's lowest, at 0.68. However, North Korea's relatively limited development may make its demographic challenges more difficult to manage. What do you think is the biggest factor behind North Korea's declining birth rate? Poor economic management, social change, or something else entirely? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. So, what makes North Korea's situation so different from other countries with similar challenges? The answer lies in a surprising paradox. North Korea faces complex demographic challenges. Unlike many low-income countries with high fertility rates due to limited contraception and economic reliance on children, its fertility rate of about 1.8 children per woman is similar to wealthier nations. This is despite a gross national income per capita of just $1,217. This trend contrasts with what is observed in other low-income regions, such as sub-Saharan Africa, where fertility rates are typically much higher. The decline in North Korea's fertility rate reflects patterns seen in wealthier countries, where children are sometimes viewed as financial burdens. This decline is also influenced by the country's limited technological development. While other nations have adopted automation to address labor shortages, North Korea still relies heavily on manual labor in sectors such as manufacturing and the military. With an aging and shrinking population, North Korea faces significant challenges. A large, youthful workforce is crucial to support its agricultural sector and military, but the declining birth rate may pose a threat to both. Without technological or economic solutions, North Korea could face difficulties in achieving economic stability. This might lead to increasing economic and military challenges, which could impact both domestic conditions and international relations. How did North Korea, a country with so many unique challenges, find itself mirroring the fertility trends of wealthy nations? The answer lies buried in its past. To better understand North Korea's current demographic situation, we need to take a look at its history. Before the war, the Korean Peninsula was a unified nation under Japanese rule, with a population of around 25 million. After Japan's defeat in 1945, Korea was divided into two zones, the north under Soviet influence and the south under US control, which led to significant demographic changes. The Korean War from 1950 to 1953 caused considerable hardship for the region. North Korea's population decreased from about 9.3 million in 1945 to 8.4 million by 1953, with many lives lost and large numbers of people migrating south. However, North Korea began to recover with support from the Soviet Union and China, focusing on rebuilding heavy industries and infrastructure through a centrally planned economy. By the 1970s, its population had grown to about 15 million, increasing at an average rate of about 3% per year. This recovery contributed to rising fertility rates, supported by state policies that provided food, healthcare, and education. In the 1970s, the fertility rate approached 4 children per woman, one of the highest in the region at the time. Many families were hopeful and believed in a better future. However, the focus on heavy industry over agriculture and technological innovation left the economy vulnerable. As global technology advanced, North Korea faced challenges in keeping pace, which have continued to affect the country to this day. But history alone doesn't explain today's crisis. What about the policies and economic strategies that shaped the nation's path? Here's where things get even more intriguing. Before exploring, I have a special 10-second request for all of you listening. If you can help me in any way, just hit the notification bell and hit that subscribe button. It helps this channel so much. And if you do that, I will do everything I can to make this show even better for you. Deal? In the late 1970s, North Korea's economy encountered difficulties due to challenges in managing international loans used to fund industrialization. These debts, primarily incurred from purchasing advanced technology from Western nations and Japan, became increasingly difficult to repay as global interest rates rose and export revenues stagnated. This financial strain contributed to reduced industrial and agricultural investments, exacerbating food shortages and malnutrition by the 1980s. During this period, weakened diplomatic ties with the Soviet Union and China further reduced external economic support. In response to economic challenges, the government introduced measures aimed at addressing demographic trends, including initiatives to encourage smaller family sizes and expand access to family planning services. These efforts resulted in a decline in fertility rates, from nearly 3 children per woman in 1980 to fewer than 2 by 2000. By the early 2000s, concerns over a declining working-age population led to policy adjustments. The government reduced access to contraceptives and introduced incentives, such as subsidies and housing benefits, to support larger families. Despite these efforts, persistent economic difficulties limited the effectiveness of these measures. Then came a period that fundamentally reshaped North Korea's society, a humanitarian disaster that would leave lasting scars. Let's delve into the arduous march. The food crisis of the 1990s, known in North Korea as the Arduous March, stands as one of the most significant humanitarian challenges in modern history. Following the collapse of the Soviet Union in the year 1991, North Korea experienced a reduction in access to essential resources such as fuel, machinery, and fertilizers important for its centralized agriculture system. As a result, from the year 1994 to the year 1998, the country faced severe food shortages, leading to widespread hardship and significant impacts on the population. This crisis contributed to population movement as individuals sought food in other areas, often facing challenges in their efforts. Government food distribution efforts faced significant challenges, impacting vulnerable groups and their access to sufficient resources. During this period, women who traditionally managed household responsibilities began engaging in informal markets, or jangmadang, to trade goods and sustain their families. This marked a profound shift as women became key economic providers, a role that had traditionally been held by men. The crisis had a notable impact on North Korean society. It not only affected the population structure but also reshaped social roles and family dynamics. Many families hesitated to have children due to the overwhelming challenges of survival. These changes continue to be evident in North Korean society today. While the 1990s crisis left deep marks, the effects are still visible today. How are current socio-economic factors influencing the country's demographic challenges? The role of women in North Korea has evolved significantly in response to economic challenges. During the challenging period of the 1990s, women became primary contributors to household income, often engaging in informal economic activities to support their families while men participated in government-assigned work. Today, women continue to navigate work and caregiving responsibilities under demanding circumstances. Many young women are choosing to delay marriage and focus on financial stability, considering the challenges of raising children in resource-constrained environments. Shifts in birth rates have been linked to various factors, with women emphasizing the importance of stability and resilience in family planning. Food security concerns, shaped by natural disasters and agricultural challenges, have affected nutrition levels across populations, particularly for children, according to international reports. Access to healthcare remains an area for improvement, especially for women and young children. A year 2022 United Nations report highlights that maternal and child health indicators in North Korea face ongoing difficulties. These interconnected challenges impact health outcomes, birth rates, and workforce participation, contributing to broader socio-economic considerations. If North Korea's population continues to decline, how do you think it will impact the region's stability? Let's start a conversation. Drop your ideas in the comments section. But it's not just about birth rates or economics. Healthcare and living conditions also play a critical role in shaping North Korea's future. North Korea's constitution outlines a commitment to free healthcare, though the system faces challenges. Factors such as limited resources, aging infrastructure, and a shortage of trained professionals mean that some citizens may encounter barriers to accessing care. The World Health Organization has highlighted areas such as preventable health issues and nutrition as priorities for improvement. Restrictions on certain international supplies related to North Korea's research programs also influence the availability of medical equipment and materials, contributing to the strain on the healthcare system. Housing is another focus, with an estimated 70% to 80% of households meeting adequate standards. However, urban areas face issues such as overcrowding and incomplete infrastructure. Current resource allocation emphasizes key sectors, which may impact the pace of improvements in living conditions and infrastructure for citizens. Efforts are underway to address these challenges and enhance the quality of life in North Korea. International collaboration and policy adjustments could potentially contribute to progress in these areas. As if the internal challenges weren't enough, North Korea faces an additional issue, one that impacts its workforce and future potential. Let's talk about defection and brain drain. Defection significantly impacts North Korea's demographic and economic landscape. Each year, some individuals attempt to leave the country, citing economic and social challenges, with many seeking opportunities in nations like South Korea or China. A noteworthy portion of those leaving includes young and skilled workers, a demographic crucial to maintaining economic stability and addressing population challenges. In the year 2023, reports from South Korea's Ministry of Unification indicated an increase in the number of North Koreans departing the country compared to the previous year. This trend has led to concerns about a potential brain drain, as the loss of educated and skilled individuals poses challenges to the nation's workforce and human resource capacity. The North Korean government has responded with measures such as enhanced border controls and restrictions, particularly during the COVID-19 pandemic. Despite these measures, some individuals persist in their efforts to leave, facing significant challenges if caught and returned. North Korea's policies, including limited immigration, present additional obstacles to addressing population issues through external means. These developments reflect ongoing socio-economic challenges, highlighting the complexity of addressing demographic and workforce concerns in a highly controlled environment. In response to these challenges, what steps is North Korea taking to boost its population? Let's examine the government's fertility promotion policies. Reports indicate that North Korea has introduced pro-natalist policies aimed at addressing its declining birth rate, emphasizing larger families as a potential goal for national development. The government reportedly offers support such as extra food rations, child care services, and preferential housing, particularly for families with triplets or quadruplets who may receive additional food, medicine, and priority housing allocation. Since the year 2007, maternity policies have reportedly been expanded, providing 240 days of leave, including 60 days before and 180 days after childbirth, as well as regular health checkups and a small subsidy of less than $4, according to available reports. However, the implementation of these policies reportedly faces challenges due to limited economic conditions. Some families are said to face difficulties balancing living expenses with the costs of raising children. Experts suggest that these policies may not fully address core issues such as improving living standards, ensuring food security, and enhancing access to healthcare. More comprehensive measures might be necessary to effectively support families and achieve the goal of increasing birth rates. If you found this breakdown of North Korea's demographic crisis insightful, give this video a thumbs up to help us reach more people who care about understanding global issues like this. But how effective are these policies? And are they addressing the root causes of the demographic crisis, or merely scratching the surface? The North Korean government has introduced measures to address declining birth rates, implementing policies that include restrictions on certain medical procedures and contraceptive methods. Since the year 1993, access to abortion and contraceptives has been limited, and in the year 2015, the use of devices such as intrauterine devices was prohibited. Unauthorized medical services face strict penalties, and the distribution of unapproved contraceptive pills is subject to strict monitoring. These policies have impacted women's access to reproductive health resources. The government has emphasized regulation enforcement over enhancements to living conditions or healthcare infrastructure. Additionally, some skilled young individuals seek opportunities abroad due to various challenges, prompting increased border controls and stricter surveillance policies. Despite these measures, many continue to pursue better living conditions and opportunities. With all these challenges in mind, what does the future hold for North Korea? The consequences of a shrinking population are far-reaching, and they're starting to emerge. North Korea's economy faces significant challenges, particularly as its population declines. A shrinking workforce creates pressure on industries and agriculture, contributing to food shortages and reduced productivity. Labor shortages on state-run farms have increased workloads, but production struggles to meet demand. Without advancements in technology, maintaining industrial and agricultural output may become more difficult, posing additional economic challenges. An aging population introduces further complexities, with fewer working-age individuals available to support a growing elderly demographic. Limited resources and the absence of comprehensive social support systems add strain on families, particularly women, who often balance caregiving with other responsibilities. These demographic trends may also influence regional dynamics, potentially leading to increased migration to neighboring countries like South Korea, China, and Russia. Such movements could bring about social and political changes in these regions, requiring adaptation in economic and social systems. Analysts note that North Korea may respond with stricter management policies, which could impact the humanitarian situation and its relationships with the global community. The military, which relies on manpower, might face challenges in maintaining its size due to population decline. Efforts to sustain the military may place additional demands on society, creating further obstacles to stability. North Korea's population trends highlight critical questions about the country's future development and its role on the global stage. Analysts continue to assess how these challenges might shape its policies and international interactions. The road ahead for North Korea is uncertain, and its demographics may hold the key to understanding its future on the global stage. If you found today's video interesting, don't hesitate to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Your support is very important to us. Be sure to check out the next video appearing on your screen. You're sure to love the content we bring. Please leave a comment about which country you'd like us to explore next. Thank you for watching, and see you in the latest video. Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.